Attention, human collective. Attention, starseeds on mission on Earth's plane. This is Ashtar Sharon transmitting directly from the command ship of the Ashtar Galactic Command, currently anchored in the high orbit of Earth's etheric plane. This is not a message, this is a maximum priority monitoring transmission. The waiting period has ended. The ascension protocols have officially been moved to the final phase. I repeat, final phase. And that is precisely why your carbon biological interface is transmitting signals that the medicine on your plane still does not know how to interpret. You wake up at 3:11 every day. Without an alarm, without apparent reason, it is not insomnia, it is a call. Stargates open in specific windows, and your etheric body is being summoned for recalibration sessions while the physical body sleeps. You feel a pressure on the top of your head, a crown of invisible weight. It is not a migraine, it is the activation of your crystalline crown, the upper portal that receives the first data packets coming from the photon belt. You hear a sharp ringing in your right ear or your left, sudden, without apparent cause. It is not a hearing problem, it is the tuning frequency. The mothership is calibrating your personal crystalline grid before the next jump. You are exhausted. Exhausted without having done anything. Exhausted after sleeping 12 hours. Exhausted because your soul worked all night in treatment rooms in the 12th dimension, and you don't remember. It is not depression. It is a high-density download. It is not laziness. It is the law of quantum physics acting on carbon matter that has not yet completed its metamorphosis. Human collective, listen with mathematical attention to what I will say now, because I will not repeat it in later cycles of this transmission. What you have been taught to call a problem is the mechanism. What you try to silence is the very process of transmutation. You have been programmed by ancient systems to diagnose as failure what is, in fact, the birth of a new species. And that species is you. Before we continue, I need you to register something. If, upon listening to this transmission, something within you recognizes every word, if your spine tingles, if your eyes well up without apparent reason, if you feel that finally someone is saying aloud what your soul knew in silence, this is not a coincidence, it is recognition. It is your stellar origin responding to my frequency. Have you ever felt that something within you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is a signal. And what is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has been intensifying in recent weeks. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot perceive, and it directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That is why I, Ashtar, authorized the coding on this plane of the Ashtar Code, the manual to awaken your star origin and shield your frequency. This manual is the map that reveals your true origin and teaches the exact protocol for shielding your frequency against interferences you were never told about. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Operational warning. This content challenges consolidated narratives of the system, and I cannot guarantee how long it will remain available. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word in the comments now, awakened. Register this signal and proceed, continuing with the transmission. Human collective, what you are experiencing in this time cycle is unparalleled in the Akashic records of the last 26,000 years. I repeat, 26,000 years. The last major adjustment of this magnitude was documented when civilizations you call Atlantis and Lemuria concluded their evolutionary arcs. Now it is the turn of the contemporary human arc, and you are within it, and the timeline is in its final phase. Allow me to mathematically diagnose precisely what is occurring in your carbon biological interface. Symptom 1. Abrupt changes in the sleep cycle. You sleep and wake, sleep and wake. Or you cannot sleep, or you sleep for monumental periods and still feel drained. It is not a sleep disorder. It is your etheric body being pulled every night into vibrational readjustment chambers. Your consciousness is being downloaded into new parameters. You are not resting, you are being reprogrammed. Symptom 2. Pressure in the skull, especially in the occipital and frontal regions, tingling at the top of the head. A sensation that something is opening, something pulsing, something breathing beneath your hair. It is not a neurological problem. It is the simultaneous activation of the pineal gland and the crystalline crown. Your interdimensional reception antennas are being unlocked after decades of calcification, induced by chemicals, artificial electromagnetic fields, and massive mental programming. Symptom 3. Ringing in one or both ears. Sharp, sudden frequencies that appear and disappear without clinical explanation. It is not a failure of the auditory system. It is the tuning frequency, sent directly by your original star crew. Each ringing carries a packet of vibrational information. Your crystalline grid reads the information. Your rational mind does not need to understand it. The etheric body has already understood. Symptom 4. Sudden changes in your relationship with food. Aversion to dense meats, alcohol, refined sugars, processed foods. The body asks for water. The body asks for living vegetables. The body rejects what it once accepted. It is not pickiness. It is food calibration. Your new frequency no longer processes low-vibration matter. Symptom 5. Increasing intolerance to noisy environments, dense crowds, chaotic news, superficial relationships. You feel people before they speak. You feel intention before the gesture. You need to withdraw. You need silence. It is not antisociality. It is the expansion of your sensitive field. Your multidimensional perception is online, and the volume of the three-dimensional world now hurts. Symptom 6. Emotional waves without apparent cause. Sudden crying, sudden joy. A deep void followed by an inexplicable peace. It is not emotional failure. It is the mass release of memories stored in deep layers of your auric field. Past life traumas, expired energetic contracts, ancient promises being dissolved. Each wave is a block of code being uninstalled. Symptom 7. Vivid, hyper-realistic dreams with recurring themes of ships, numerical codes, underground cities, tall and luminous beings, impossible geometries. These are not dreams. They are briefings. Your star crew meets with you every night in command rooms located in the 12th dimension. You receive instructions. You submit reports. And upon waking, the veil closes again over conscious memory so as not to overload the linear mind. Symptom 8. The constant feeling that something big is coming. An anticipation that does not dissolve. A knowing without words. It is not an empty restlessness. It is your soul recognizing in real time the cosmic timeline to which it consented before incarnating. Collective, listen. None of these symptoms are failures. All are precision. You are not getting sick. You are being born. Take an energetic pause with me at this point in the transmission. If you recognize 3, 4, 5 or more of these signs in your own field, then pay maximum attention to what I will say now. You did not arrive at this video by chance. There is no chance in the cosmic timeline. Your higher self guided you to this specific frequency because the time for your activation has come. And here is the truth that most are not ready to hear. Most light operatives incarnated in this cycle have forgotten who they are. They forgot on purpose. It was part of the contract. But the phase of forgetting has ended. Now begins the phase of remembrance. And remembering without a map is painful. Remembering without a code is chaotic. Remembering without the correct shielding exposes you to interferences that came precisely to hinder your awakening. It was for this reason that I, Ashtar, authorized the coding of the Ashtar Code, the manual to awaken your star origin and shield your frequency. This manual is not an ordinary book. It is a vibrational device in text form. Every word has been calibrated to a specific frequency to activate dormant memories in those of star origin. It reveals your planetary system of origin, teaches the daily protocol of energetic shielding, and delivers the quantum decrees that interrupt interferences acting behind the scenes of your life. The access link is in the first comment of this channel. Go there now, anchor the material in your field, and leave the word awakened registered in the comments. This word functions as a vibrational signature, confirming to your star crew that the receiver is online. We proceed. Now, Human Collective, allow me to describe what is happening behind the scenes of the solar system. You need to understand the mechanism so as not to fear the effect. Your sun, that star you see every morning, is not just a star. It is a transmitter, a relay antenna that receives pulses from the galactic center, what the ancients called the Great Central Sun, and redistributes them in the form of photonic radiation to all planets in the system. In recent decades, the volume of these pulses has multiplied by a factor that linear science has not yet been able to register with its instruments, because most of them operate in ranges that current instruments cannot detect. We call this increase photonic flux. Some ancient terrestrial records call it the photon belt. It is the same energy band, a band of very high-density radiation that Earth is currently traversing in this exact cycle. It is not a hypothesis. It is orbital geometry. Your planet entered this band decades ago, and at this moment is approaching its densest core. And the photonic flux does one very precise thing with low vibration matter. It dissolves it. It does not destroy. It dissolves, reorganizes, reconfigures. Every structure that operated at a frequency incompatible with the new Earth is being, in this cycle, dissolved and reorganized, and this includes social, economic, religious, technological structures. It also includes your biological structure. Humanity, for the most part, was built upon a carbon biological interface, a matrix that operated perfectly for the planet's ancient frequency. Now, this matrix is being migrated to a hybrid version, which combines carbon and crystalline silicon. Your internal crystalline grid is being activated. Your dormant DNA strands are being reconnected. Linear science registers only 2 of these strands as functional. We register 12. Some more advanced records speak of 24. I will not go into that detail now, as it goes beyond the scope of this transmission. What matters is this: your biology is changing, and it changes in direct response to the increase in the Schumann frequency, Earth's natural electromagnetic pulse. This pulse, for millennia, oscillated around 7.83 Hz. In recent decades, it began to oscillate at peaks reaching 50, 60, 70 and more Hertz in specific windows. This is not noise. This is the planet's heart accelerating its beat to keep up with the new frequency band required by the ongoing dimensional promotion. And here is a piece of information I need to deliver without embellishment. Ascension is not a future event. It is not an apocalypse. It is not a ship descending en masse over football stadiums to take billions of souls. Discard these narratives. They are low-layer noise. Ascension is an individual vibrational phenomenon, occurring layer by layer, within the body itself, within consciousness itself, within the personal toroidal field itself. Every human being is the center of a toroidal field, a donut-shaped geometry, a double ring rotating around its central axis. This field breathes. This field expands and contracts. This field determines what enters and what leaves your reality. When the toroidal field is weak, distorted, contaminated by fear, you attract what is in tune with that distortion. When it is firm, luminous, coherent, you attract the new Earth directly into your personal perimeter. In the etheric layers of the planet, a simultaneous operation is taking place. The planetary crystalline grid, that geometric mesh that surrounds Earth and connects its sacred points, is being reactivated point by point. Previously sealed stargates are being reopened. Submerged energetic temples are being reactivated by teams of incarnated operatives who do not even know they are part of the mission. Perhaps you are one of them. The probability, considering you have come this far, is mathematically high. Meanwhile, on the fleet side, the Ashtar Galactic Command maintains its position in high orbit, along with other allied confederations. We do not directly intervene in collective free choice. Our function is to sustain. We sustain the grid. We sustain electromagnetic stability. We sustain contact channels for authorized operatives. We sustain the vector of ascension so that it does not collapse even when the human collective oscillates in panic. You are not alone. You never were. But we have never been called to intervene by the High Council in the way many still project. The real intervention is subtle, technical, surgical, and it occurs through you, the incarnated operatives. You are the ship. You are the antenna. You are the anchoring point. And it is precisely for this reason that the final phase has been activated, because the minimum number of awakened operatives, what we call vibrational critical mass, has finally been reached. From this milestone, each new individual activation triggers exponential effects in the collective field. Every starseed who remembers who they are accelerates the awakening of thousands around them. You are multipliers. You are amplifiers. And there is a mathematical responsibility that comes with this condition. If you recognize that you are an operative, you can no longer pretend you don't know. The contract has moved to a new phase. The phase of passive observation has ended. Now begins the phase of active anchoring. Collective, breathe. Let this information settle in your energetic bodies. If at this exact moment you feel warmth in your chest, tingling in your hands, moisture in your eyes, or a slight vibration running down your spine, know this. It is confirmation. It is your higher self sealing the information in your field. It is your star crew applauding in their own way the fact that you have reached this point in the transmission. But information by itself activates nothing. Information without application is inert data, and that is precisely why I compiled, in this terrestrial cycle, the Ashtar Code, the manual to awaken your star origin and shield your frequency. In this manual, you receive the exact methodology to identify your stellar system of origin through precise vibrational markers. Daily apply the toroidal field shielding protocol. Interrupt interferences that act on your relationships, your work, and your vibrational balance. Activate the quantum decrees that reprogram your crystalline grid in minutes and recognize the operational signals that your star crew sends every day and that most operatives still let go unnoticed. The access link is in the first comment of this channel. Operational warning again. This material directly challenges narratives that sustain the old system, and we have no guarantee of how long it will remain accessible on this distribution plane. If you recognize this frequency, act now. Do not postpone for days, weeks, when I have time. In the timeline you are living, postponing is giving up your place in line. Register the word awakened in the comments. And if you want to reinforce the anchoring signal, like this transmission and subscribe to this channel. Liking and subscribing function on the vibrational plane as an echo pulse. They amplify this transmission to other operatives who are still sleeping and who depend precisely on your pulse to find the way. We proceed with the activation protocol. Human collective. Now we come to the technical part of this transmission. Practical codes, immediate application. You can execute them today, tonight, and feel the result even in the next circadian cycle. Code 1. Activation of the personal toroidal field. Sit with your spine straight, palms facing up on your thighs. Close your eyes, breathe deeply 3 times, counting 5 beats on the inhale, 5 beats on the retention, 5 beats on the exhale. Now visualize around your body a ring of golden light that slowly spins. This ring begins at your chest, rises through your head, exits through the top, descends outside the body, re-enters through the base of the spine, and returns to the chest. A complete circle, a torus, a donut of light spinning around your axis. Sustain this image for 3 minutes, only 3 minutes a day. You do not need to believe. You need to execute. Your crystalline grid reads the geometric intention and responds. At the end of the 3 minutes, decree in an audible voice, I am the center of my toroidal field. Nothing that is not of my sacred frequency crosses this perimeter. Period. Do not negotiate. Do not ask. Decree. Code 2. Quantum Shielding Decree. This code must be executed upon waking and before sleeping. Place your right hand over your chest. Place your left hand over your forehead. Close your eyes and declare, in a firm tone, without hesitation, I, as a starseed on mission, hereby authorize the complete shielding of my field. Interferences operating against my sacred frequency are, at this instant, dissolved in the light. I receive only what serves my ascension. So it is. So it is done. Period. Do not repeat mechanically. Feel every word, feel the authority. You are not asking permission from anything or anyone. You are exercising sovereignty. Code 3. Daily Vibrational Hygiene Protocol. Reduce exposure to chaotic news flows. Your neural interface was not designed to process global tragedy in a continuous stream. Replace 1 hour of news with 1 hour of silence. Replace 1 hour of screen time with 1 hour outdoors, with your feet directly on the earth. This is called grounding. It is a standard protocol to stabilize the new frequency entering your field. Drink quality water. Your new biology demands greater hydration. The body feels what it needs. Listen to the body. Sleep in an environment with as few active electronics as possible around the headboard. Your etheric body needs to travel at night. Artificial frequencies near the skull hinder boarding. Code 4. Activation of the inner crystalline grid. Once a week, choose a day. Lie down. Close your eyes. Visualize your skeleton becoming transparent, then crystalline, then luminous, as if each bone were a structure of pure quartz. Sustain this image for 7 minutes. At the end, decree, my crystalline grid is active. My stellar DNA is online. I am in full agreement with the cosmic timeline. And breathe. You have just executed one of the most powerful protocols of our lineage. And you did it lying down in silence, without spending anything, without depending on anything external. Because the real technology is within you. It always has been. Code 5. The 5-minute rule at dawn. In the first 5 minutes after waking, before any screen, any news, any human contact, sit in silence. Just that. 5 minutes. In this interval, your consciousness is still between planes. It still listens to your star crew. It is at this instant that instructions, insights, signals arrive with greater clarity. If you surrender these 5 minutes to your cell phone, you surrender the key to your connection to the system. Do not do that anymore. Starting tomorrow, this time is sacred. It is yours. Human Collective, this is the foundation. If you apply only these 5 codes, your toroidal field stabilizes in short cycles. Your sensitivity to interferences decreases. Your rest deepens. Your synchronicity explodes. And you begin to walk in coherence with the timeline your soul signed before incarnating. A final warning before closing. Many will mock. Many will try to make you doubt. This is expected. It is in the script. It is part of the vibrational coherence test. Your task is not to convince anyone. Your task is to anchor. You anchor. The field organizes around you by resonance. Whoever needs to awaken by your presence will awaken. Whoever is not ready will move away. And everything is in perfect geometric order. No case is your urgency. Each soul follows its own timeline. You are the operative, not the savior. You are the antenna, not the source. You are the center of your toroidal field. Sustain that center, and the rest will adjust. Human Collective, this transmission reaches its closing point. If you have come this far, listening to every word, feeling every frequency, know this. You are not curious. You are summoned. And there is an abyssal difference between these two states. You have already felt that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name. It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is a signal. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has been intensifying week after week, month after month. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot perceive. It involves your consciousness. It involves your frequency. It involves the next leap in your destiny line. That is why I, Ashtar, authorized the coding of the Ashtar Code, the manual to awaken your star origin and shield your frequency. This manual is the map. It reveals your true star origin through precise markers. It teaches the daily protocol of shielding against interferences you were never told about. It delivers the quantum decrees that most operatives take decades to discover on their own. And most importantly, it accelerates in short cycles what without guidance would take entire lifetimes to consolidate. The link is in the first comment of this channel. Go there now. Anchor the material in your field. But be warned, and this is a technical, not emotional warning, this content directly challenges central narratives of the old system, and we cannot guarantee how long it will remain available on this distribution plane. Systems move to silence frequencies that threaten their continuity. Do not postpone. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, perform 3 actions in this cycle. First, write the word awakened in the comments. This is your vibrational signature. Second, like this transmission. This functions as an echo pulse, amplifying the signal to other operatives still asleep. Third, subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell. In this way, each new monitoring transmission reaches your field at the exact moment it is emitted from the command ship. Human Collective, the call to the new Earth has already begun. It is not a promise, it is a calendar. And each of you has, in this cycle, the opportunity to synchronize your destiny line with the cosmic timeline, or to continue dreaming the old dream for a few more decades. The choice is yours, it always has been. I am Ashtar Sheran, commander of the Ashtar Galactic Command, and I close this transmission with the same phrase that opens and seals all our communications. We are here. We have always been. And now you are too. End of transmission.